Hey guys, this is just a little look into the track I did for the guys in Norway. It's called Underneath the Parasol, and it's for their Russ graduation sort of ceremony, big massive party thing. So I'm going to show you now the track. It's not the one with Jay's vocals in it, it's just the instrumental. Jay does all the work with the vocals, and all I do is just layer his vocal track in there, so there's nothing special with that. So this is just a little look at the instrumental. You'll be surprised, I think, at how simple it is. There wasn't that much going on, so hope you still find something that you can take away from watching it. And big shout out to my man Henrik back in Norway. Thank you for my super cool jumper. It's real cool. Cheers, man.
Let's just start off with the drums. So we'll just go to a chorus. So this is the layout, obviously. Basically, these are all my effects and little bits and bobs down the bottom. These are my two sort of complextro sections, and these here, these ones all around here, those are my chords and the pianos and stuff like that. So I'll start off with doing the drums. I'll go to a part in the chorus where I do have all the drums going. Okay, so let's just start off here. Trigger. This trigger has no output, so this is just for sidechaining purposes only. This is just a kick sample. Kick, just play that by itself. Really nice kick. This can actually be bought in one of my drum sample packs on my website. This has just got some EQ boosting at around, I think, 80 Hertz. An enveloper here, it's like a transient shaper. You can see it's just a little bit more attack and just bringing down the release, so it's real tight and snappy. And the high and the low cut is only there for automation purposes. I've got this one here. This is the like a clear the snap, which is the clap and the snare together. This one only has a bit crusher, and all it's doing is keeping the levels under control. Got a low snare. This is for the low end. Okay, you can see this has got nothing on it. Just happened to be a perfect fit for what I was looking for. If I zoom in here, you can see I've just got the like a fade, just controlling the tails of that sample a little bit. So we've also got a bit of offbeat percussion. All that's got is a bit crusher on there. Downsampling 9 times, so it's just dirtying up the sound a little bit. Open hats, what have we got? Nothing on them, just there really. Shaker. That's got a cut off the low end and boost the high end, and the sample delay is there to make the sound go to the very side of the speakers. I'll see if I can show you the difference. This is with it on and off. Back on. I'm just listening through my MacBook speaker, so I can't tell if it's making a difference or not. But anyway, hats. Nothing special. All the drums have actually got very little processing on them. That's just the main hi-hat there, the open hi-hat. And again, another shaker. And like a tambourine sample that just sits on all the, that plays on the beat. Okay, and all of those drums are then routed to the drum bus, where there is an SSL waves compressor tightening everything together. So if I play them, this is what the drum section sounds like by itself. Like so. Open hi-hat sounds very loud, but when you've got everything else in there, it obviously sounded right, because that's how I had it, so it sounds quite loud when it's not played with the rest. Now I'm going to show you the trancey chords and the piano melodies and stuff like that I've layered all together to make the breakdowns, as well as the main sort of like chord progression that you can actually hear during the choruses and over the top of the complextro stuff. So if I zoom in here, so this is the first breakdown. So I'll put a free link to the free download, so you can follow the song along to the tutorial if you want to. But again, you can kind of see what I've done here. So this is if I just play from here, you'll hear where it is. This is just sort of before the first part of the drop. Okay, so if I go in here, zoom in, you can see this section here is basically all of my layers. Well, we've got all these ones all here are all layered to make the full sound. And then, I mean, from the very start of the track here, you can see all I've done is I've just used only some of them, and I've slowly added more and more. So that's a very simple trick. And if I just sort of show you the ones, so if I just get in here, this sound, this one had like a slow attack with some stereo delay. This one here, trancey synth. This is a choir synth. What else? Big synth. Another stab, I think. Another stab. Oh. That's just the bass. And this is the main preset. Which I will again, I'm going to put this preset here, this main trancey preset, on my forum where you can download it for free, but I'll put a link in the description box below. And what else have we got here? You can see all of these now put together will form this. Okay, so that's basically how this is the first breakdown, and like I say, so the first breakdown is basically the same as the second breakdown, apart from I just changed sort of the filter automation slightly, and just made it twice as long basically. So those are all the sounds that I used to make that layer there, and all I did for the arrangement purposes was just bring them all gradually after every 8, 16 bars, however I wanted to. And just down the bottom here, I've just got this Complextro bounce. This is actually the main Complextro riff, just bounced to audio, just so I could filter it up during this part. So this is what it is. And obviously it's building up into the main first part of the drop. Now to show you the main chorus section of the song. So now this is it building up. This is sort of the first little part of the drop, and then going into the main drop. Okay, so what we've got here, we've obviously got the drums, we've got a snare build. That's just audio samples, there you go, those two there. They're just snare builds building into the main drop. We've got, what's this? So you can see that there is just, again, that's just the main chord progression melody played during the chorus. What else have we got? Now then, what I've done also is I've basically, all these layers here that were making that main chord progression and the melody and stuff like that, I've actually bounced that to audio, and I've now made it this part here. So play this part. So that's all those synths now bounced to audio. Just made it tidier. And on that one there, I've got some compression. It's just for sidechaining, sorry, so there's no actually compressing of the sound, it's just for sidechaining. I've got a low cut, tiny high boost here, but I've got quite a significant low cut because I've got the Complextro sort of low glitchy stuff underneath. And I've just got some reverb and a bit of delay. So that's that part there. And then of course the other part, the main part of the chorus that you can hear is sort of the Complextro electro house stuff underneath, and that is all these ones here. So I mean, it's pretty hard. I don't have enough time to go through them all, but this is, you can see all the sequencing here. This is making the electro Complextro loop, whatever you want to call it. However, what I will say is that all of these sounds here that are making the Complextro loop or the melody, they are all being sent to a synth bus. The synth bus has a PSP vintage warmer on it. So like I say, if you're making sort of this Complextro loop, try sending them all to a bus where you can compress them. It makes them sound much more together. So, and let's see if I show you it, I just solo that. Okay, slowly running out of time now, but I'll just quickly recap. Again, I've showed you the drums. Very little processing, just using good samples. All of those drums are sent to a bus and they are compressed. Makes them sound much tighter together. Very simple tip. And obviously the drums, this you can see here, you know, that this is basically just the scattered arrangement here. Little intro, you can see the breakdown, first main chorus, and then we have sort of like this part all through here is the main breakdown, and that's the final main section and the ending. Again, so that was all the drums. And then the only other really parts to the song is obviously you've got the bass line and the Complextro riff, which is just this section here in the first chorus, that section there in the second chorus. Again, it's too hard for me to go into all of those synths, but you can see I've chopped them up and they're all sequenced like a puzzle. Again, they're all sent to the same bus and they are compressed to make them sound all together. And like I say, I showed you all the layering for this stuff. All in here is all the layering to make the piano melody and the main chord progression melody. Okay, so lots of layering. I mean, it's not hard. Just go through your presets and find, you know, your trance presets. You layer them up, put some pianos, put a pad, put a string, put a low bass line. Once, you know, before you know it, you've got lots of layers, and you've got yourself a really big sound. Okay, so and that's what I did. And I mean, it all comes down to just making it spread out over 6 minutes or something like that. And you just do that by, as I sort of showed you here, just do it by, you know, you just take different layers out and bring them back in at different sections, filter them up, play with the cutoffs and stuff like that, and then eventually you'll have, you know, you'll have your synths and your layers for your breakdowns. Then they'll be all, you know, at full peak during the chorus, filter down for the breakdown, filter back up for the chorus. Pretty simple. So and obviously down the bottom here, these are just all effects and little explosions, but these aren't, you know, nothing significant to show you guys. Just yeah, no, it's just the guys who I made the track for, they were pretty keen to have a little look around in this Logic profile, so I have hopefully showed you guys a bit into the insights of how this was put together. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to go and download the track or check it out on the YouTube, or download the song. I'll put the links all below in the description box. And yeah, once again, thanks for everything, and we'll see you soon.